This is Akashwani. Time for a weekly program, Our Guest. I hand over the mic to the show host, Nitish Arora, for the same.
International Yoga Day is knocking at our doorsteps. It would be most unfortunate if we relegate yoga to ritualistic practice year after year on the day marked specifically for it. Yoga is something that gives us daily supply of urja or energy to maximize our efforts in our day-to-day life affairs. And that happens to be the topic of today's interaction, Yoga in Day-to-Day Life, with our guest today, Miss Himani Shokhand. Himani ji is a practitioner of yoga since last 14 years and is currently working as Senior Consultant Yoga in Bureau of Indian Standards. Himani ji, welcome to our studios.
Thank you so much, and I'm so very glad to be here with you. It's a great privilege to be here and to discuss especially about yoga. So this time we are celebrating 9th International Day of Yoga, and it's really feeling very blessed here.
Good that you have brought in this thing that we are celebrating 9th International Day of Yoga. Do you find any difference in approach to yoga now when it has become an international day?
Yes, quite obviously, since like 2015, we have started this International Day of Yoga celebration worldwide. And of course, yes, every year we have a different theme. Every year we could feel the sense like worldwide is increasing, the number of people are increasing, and they are taking more interest in doing yoga practices. And it's a very great achievement. And from the Ministry of Ayush as well, they have put a lot of efforts to create the awareness among the people to know about the value of the yoga. So here we as a responsibility as well, and it's a great kind of celebration. We really just wait for this day and we do celebrate worldwide. It's a great we feel that proud moment, we could say in that way. Achievement is obviously there, and every year we can see the number of people are becoming more aware about the yoga practice.
And the number of nations also.
Nations including. Obviously, yes. And the internationally based, they are doing the practices of yoga. They understand the value of yoga and they are accepting it as a part of their life.
So that brings me to the very necessary question. How important is yoga in anybody's life?
So yoga is itself as a way of life. It's like if you indulge yourself in yoga life, your life will automatically become happy. And everyone wants to live happy, healthy.
I'm so happy that you said that it is a way of life, because sometimes when we take some package to anybody and they will say, yeah, why should I be buying this? Why should I be doing this? Because I don't need it. So you said that it is a part of life, it is a daily routine. If somebody who is not initiated into yoga up till this time, how should they come to the fold of yoga? How should they start? For a beginner, how to start it?
Initially, as a beginner, if you really want to involve yourself or if you really want to learn yoga, Sukshmayam Kriya, the basic free exercises we could say in the English word, basically the Sukshmayam and Sthulvyam Kriyas are there, asanas, pranayam. So you start with 15 minutes or 20 minutes like.
So friends, only 15 to 20 minutes to spare every day to start with, to begin with. And as I understand, it's like learning how to breathe proper.
Yeah.
Because that is something.
That is the key point we could say. Whenever you do yoga practices like asanas, when you have to raise, suppose if you're doing the Tadasana. So while raising your hands up, you should inhale. While bringing down, you have to exhale. That is the synchronization between the breathing pattern and your body movement. So this synchronization is very important. This is the basic difference we could find out between the exercises and a yoga. This is
Bingo,
a very important.
That was my next question. You already answered it, because many people would say that I do lots of exercise daily. I do Zumba, I do calisthenics and all those things. So how is yoga different from the so-called the modern set of exercises, the routines that many people are attracting towards?
Yoga, when you do it with the breathing. We always teach the person how you have to do yoga. Whenever you do the practices of asana, suppose, you should always focus on your breathing pattern. First, observe your breathing pattern, how it is. It could be irregular because the person is not aware about it. So we make them to realize it, how the pattern it has to be. And we synchronize that pattern with the asana practices. So that is the very, very important or the key point we say whenever you do the practice of yoga. And this is the basic difference we find always with exercises. Exercises are also quite obvious good, but in that way we get sometimes we get stress. For instance, you have seen many cases as well. Those who are going to the gym, they die in early stage.
Are
Like
you
at
into
the age of
mind reading
40.
also? This is what I was supposed to bring in right now.
So at the age of 42, at the age of 35, in fact 30-year-old, the person is getting the heart attack while doing treadmill. You are doing the exercise, it's okay. But you are mentally, you are totally disturbed. When you indulge yourself in yoga practices, the yoga is basically create the balance between the body and the mind. Yoga is totally different from the exercise. And if you really want to learn yoga, first time is devote yourself, surrender yourself towards the yoga. Because until unless you surrender yourself, you will not be a part of yoga life. The surrenderness is very much important point. It means that you are learning it fully, completely. So that is more important. Yoga is basically working as a whole, working on your mind as well as on your body. So it's a rejuvenation of your complete body.
So you said it is very holistic approach to
Holistic
health.
approach,
If
yes,
we
it's a
take
correct
up
word.
yoga.
Holistic approach, and it's very, very important.
Is there any definitive role of your diet also when you're talking about yoga, or like you can have anything? Because yoga, I think there has to be a specific regimen for your diet also. If you're taking all kind of fast foods and you're trying to like get your body
Yeah.
back into rhythm
Yeah.
doing yoga, that is not possible. So is there anything that you want to talk about the diet when you are using yoga practices, or otherwise also for a holistic health?
That is called the yoga diet. That is sattvic ahar. Basically, we have three types of ahar, the food we take: sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic. So if we talk about the yogic diet, so it's purely the sattvic diet. When you start yoga practices, your body will not it itself tell you what you have to eat, because the mind controls the body. It's like balance. When you devote yourself in yoga practices on the regular basis, I'm telling you, just regular basis, if you're doing 15 minutes, 20 minutes or 30 minutes, your body itself won't go for the tamasic food and it'll start stopping it. Mind will itself tell you what to eat, what not to eat, and it will take you in the right direction. Okay, that sattvic food is the yogic diet, and this diet only I supposed to take, and my body is meant for that only. So this is very important concept, and it comes very slowly. It's not a one day process. Regularity of the yoga practice is very much important, and the yogic diet, obviously, yes, the food really matters, because food works on your body as well as on your mind as well, the thinking process.
Most of the people try to come to the folds of yoga when they are having an ailment. So they have tried all kind of treatments, and at the last they say, why not try yoga also? So how important is yoga for a healthy living, a disease-free living, and recovery from the disease?
There are two things. One is yoga, you're doing it as a normal part of your life. And the second thing is a yoga therapy. Therapy itself is the healing process. A person is having, suppose, like hernia or ulcer, and if he or she wants to do any yoga practices or wants to take yoga therapy, we make one standard kind of the treatment plan, and we always suggest that treatment plan to the patient. Like these kind of the asanas you should do it, these kind of the cleansing practice you should do it, and then slowly that disease will get resolved. But sometimes it is integrated approach as well. If the patient is having chronic diabetes and it comes for the yoga therapy, so we don't say you immediately stop your medicine. We always say is like you continue with your medicines and you start doing yoga practices, then gradually it will start creating the balance between your body. It really works also. Yoga itself is having a power of healing. It's a healing process as well. And how much time you devote, how much time you take to deal with it, it's very important, and it's very concerned process. So when you go for the yoga therapy, all the asanas are not recommended for all the patients. For hypertension, we have different asanas. For arthritis issues, we have different practices. So these are all comes under yoga therapy.
For somebody who has not been into yoga at all till a point of time in his or her life, can he or she start yoga practice all by himself or herself, watching, let's say, something on the YouTube or on a television channel, or reading a book and start doing yoga? Or you specifically say that first do it under somebody's guidance, under somebody's supervision?
The best way is to learn yoga, take the guidance from the certified yoga instructor. That is the best way, sir.
And do you have to have that practitioner with you for your lifetime, or you learn for some time and then you can be on your own?
It could be in both ways. Like if you want to learn yoga, go with certified yoga instructor and then learn yoga properly, how to do yoga practice, because yoga is not only related with the asanas. It has many other practices as well. And unless you learn it in a professional way, you will not get the benefit as well. So this perfection is very important in each and asana. Suppose you are doing the Padma asana. So Padma asana, it has, suppose a fatty man is like who wants to do Padma asana and he doesn't know about it, like how to do it in a step way. So that you can learn it from the certified yoga instructor. And why I'm forcing certified yoga instructor? Because that is certified from the Ministry of Ayush. Like we have the yoga certification body that comes under the Ministry of Ayush. And this is the standardization we are maintaining it. So that is very much important. If you really want to learn yoga, you should consult to the very good certified yoga instructor and you learn the process, how you have to do it. Like simple asana, Tadasana or Ardha Chakra asana, Padastha asana, Padma asana, any asana. Because each asana is having an anatomical position, line of gravity, it comes like that we know. It's very important. The learner should also know about it, because many times we have seen like if you do it in a wrong way, it has bad impact as well.
Oh, instead of doing you good, it can harm you.
It may harm you also, and like you may get injuries, minor injuries.
So people vouch for Surya Namaskar.
Yeah.
And they say that there are a lot of asanas in Surya Namaskar. So it's something, if you start doing Surya Namaskar daily, that is also a very healing thing for anybody and everybody. For that, how much practice is required under somebody's guidance, and then you can continue it for your lifetime?
So Surya Namaskar is basically a dynamic practice. Same thing, like if person is having a backache issue and if that person is doing the Surya Namaskar, so obviously he will get the backache problem, because in that Surya Namaskar we have bending also, forward bending, backward bending. It's a dynamic way. Surya Namaskar, it should come like you should consult to a certified yoga instructor, then you should start it. But Surya Namaskar, obviously, yes, it's a very good way. Like for the youngsters, I could say, for the students, for the children, I would recommend that they should do it. They should do it, this Surya Namaskar, many times in one session.
So on behalf of all the varied kind of listeners that Akashvani can boast of, I have asked you all the layman's questions. Is there anything specific that you want to let our listeners know about yoga on this day?
So wherever I go, I always say, if you are happy, then only you can make other people happy. Happiness, it comes from your heart. It doesn't come from your mind. In life where we are living, like everybody, if you speak to everyone, like you feel like the person is having a stress, the concerned person is having an anxiety, the concerned person is having a depression. It could be any problem. We all are facing the problems as well, but the solution is yoga only. And the yoga, it itself brings the happiness in your life. If you do it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just close your eyes simply and do the breathing practices. Simple abdominal breathing practice, that also comes under yoga. You start your day with yoga practices, 5 minutes or 10 minutes. That itself is sufficient. You will see the difference. It will bring the happiness in your life. Your whole day will be fine then.
Well, my takeaway from this interaction is yoga for happiness. Why not try it for happiness? You have to increase the happiness quotient in your life, and nothing can do it better than yoga. And one more thing, these International Days of Yoga, there is one more advantage, that there are lots and lots of certified camps that are being held on this particular day. So why not join a camp for a day? Most of them come for free of cost, and then understand it, and then if you like it, take it and take it. Thank you so much, Himani.
You were listening to the weekly program Our Guest, that is broadcast every Monday at 9:15 a.m. Don't forget to tune in next week, same day, same time and same frequency for more on Our Guest. Have a nice day.